Hey guys, it's Blessing and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time. Today we're going to be doing something very interesting, and it's about things that I love about living in Ireland. Well, things I like and things that I do not like about living in Ireland, and I hope you guys enjoy. Fifi says hi. Fifi say hi. Say hi to them. Yeah, she says hi. She's so cute. Okay, so look at my Galway shirt. It's so weird. I've lived in Dublin for like 2 years. My parents have lived here for about 18 years, but I actually just moved here like 2 years ago, and I never ever got a shirt that says, you know, that has any inscription on it, like any Irish Dublin inscription on it. But I went to Galway in December 2 months ago, and I got this nice t-shirt from one of those, I think it was it Carol's, or yeah, or maybe it was just an Iron sweater shop. I think it was Carol's actually. I think so. Yeah, and I got this nice Galway shirt, and I thought, like, you know, it'll be appropriate for, you know, today's video. Anyway, let's get right into the video. Okay, so without further ado, I'm gonna start with the things that I like about living in Ireland before I go to the dislikes. Disclaimer, okay, when I get to the dislikes, guys, just remember that I'm sharing things from my experience, you know, as a black girl, you know, as a girl, as a foreigner, as a black girl, as someone who is not Irish, okay? And these are my personal experiences. Again, I have 5 things, and this is like in no particular order, but like the very first thing I like is the architecture. I love the scenery. There's so many, especially when you go to the countryside. Yeah, you're like so many picturesque places, like places that are just so beautiful. In short, Ireland is a very beautiful country. Like there are castles in, like, I don't know, maybe like every county or every other county, but like every single place you go to, there's like beautiful places to take pictures. It's just one of those places that you stand and you look around and you wonder like how amazing God is. Okay, so like 2 weeks ago I went to Kilkenny, and I love Kilkenny. That was like my very first time of going to Kilkenny, and it is beautiful. It is gorgeous. Like, I went to the castle, I went to the cathedral, I went to, I don't even remember, like I was just walking around, and I love the fact that you can literally walk everywhere. Like everywhere is within walking distance, in my opinion. But like, yeah, Ireland is beautiful. And now to the second thing that I love about Ireland is the fact that people talk and listen to you. Okay, wait, first of all, this like 2 years ago, this would have been under my dislike list. And let me finish. Yeah, I don't know, I just kind of like my personal space, and I wish I could guys, I don't know how to say this without sounding like a snob, and I'm actually not a snob. If anything, I'm borderline socially awkward than even being a snob. But like, in Ireland, you could literally stand at the bus stop and like someone just starts talking to you about like the most random things. Like, when I say the most random things, I mean like it could even be the weather, it could be anything. But like, I personally, I hate small talk. I don't know, I like deep conversations, but like I understand the importance of small talk and, you know, like the process of social bonding. I understand, like, you can't just meet someone and be like, oh, what's your grandmother like, or what's your view on white supremacy and institutional racism. Like, you can't. But like, it's not like you're just gonna meet someone at the bus stop and just ask them this question. So I understand that you have to stick, you know, within those gray areas and just talk about safe topics. And like, the weather seems to be a very safe topic. Unfortunately, I really have nothing to say about the weather most times. Like, well, except that the Irish weather is the Irish weather. I don't want to talk too much of the weather because I'm keeping that for my dislikes. But anyway, I like the fact that people can just talk to you. Now I like the fact that like people will just like, you can stand with someone and like they just want to talk to you and just say something, and like they also like to listen. Yeah, I think that's a very good thing. In Nigeria, people are always talking to you actually, but like they're always in your business, but then it's not really small talk, it's more like gossip. Like, there's always someone that knows everybody's business. There's always someone that knows that a woman has 4 kids you know, from 4 different men. But like that's Nigeria. But here there's like genuine, like they're like actually like they actually just want to start a conversation with you, and I think that's really, really nice sometimes. Yeah, now I kind of like it. I kind of honestly like I went to London. Like I used to go to London in the past, but like my most recent trip to London, which was like 2 months ago, I was literally I don't remember where I was going to. I don't even remember if it was the underground or the overground. I was just going somewhere, and I just realized how everyone was just like either on their smartphones or like just reading something on their Kindle. Like it was just like everyone was just not talking to the next person. Everyone was just in their own, you know, little bubble. Like, and I kind of missed that interaction with like strangers that you just, you know, I kind of missed that. And I was like, you know what, maybe I don't hate this anymore. Maybe it is kind of endearing, sort of. So yeah, that used to be something that I did not like, but I kind of like now. Now to the third thing that I like about living in Ireland, the standard of living. Do I have much to say about this? Because like I feel like everything I have to say about this is basically just the opposite of, you know, just basically just bashing Nigeria. Because I feel like there's no way for me to explain this without just talking about Nigeria. It's just a here the governments actually care about their citizens. Yeah, like they actually care about the lives of the Irish people. Like they do, honestly. Whereas in Nigeria, like they actually couldn't care less. Do you hear stories of like when you read in the paper and you're like, oh, there was an American citizen who, you know, I don't know, got kidnapped, so blah 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 happens to that person, and like the whole American government is like, release our person, release our citizen, or else we'll do this. You see, if that ever happened in Nigeria and they heard that like a Nigerian citizen was being held captive, they'll probably just be like, oh, what's the name of the citizen, so we can inform the parents. Honestly, that's how my government is. Like that is literally how my government is. Here the standard of living is good, there's peace, there's security, the good roads, you know, like they're just like things that like if you lived in Nigeria, it is kind of like a big deal. Like I'm saying Nigeria because I'm from Nigeria, like I really have nothing else to compare it with, but like it is a big deal. Like I know like so many roads in Nigeria are bad. Like we have like potholes on the road, like actual potholes, and like these are like, this could even be express roads where people are like speeding on, and there are no speed limits, there maybe no even like, you know, signs and stuff. Usually there are a lot of accidents on this road. I remember like years ago there was this road where like there were always a lot of accidents on that road. There were so many petitions made for the government to repair the roads. They didn't, and sometimes when they do repair the roads, they use like very, very cheap materials such that in 5 years time it's bad, you know. So anyway, the government refused to repair the road until there was like a governor or a senator who was driving on this road, and then the man had an accident and died on the spot. The next day, like the actual next day, they repaired the road, like because just for like, oh, it could happen to any one of us, so we should probably do something about it. Exactly. So if it doesn't affect them, then it doesn't affect them. Whereas in Ireland, like, okay, let me even use London as an example. Yeah, there was this man who, I don't remember, but like he had a stroke or something like that, but like he was confined in a wheelchair. Yeah, so he had to be in a wheelchair, and he lived in this bungalow where there were like small like steps in front of his house, so there was literally no way he could go and come from his house in a wheelchair. So the next day, guys, within 24 hours, they like customized everything in his house to be wheelchair accessible, like every single thing. This is like a government that cares about their own people. I think in Nigeria, like the percentage of the country's GDP that goes to healthcare is like less than 3%, and there's a lot that goes to the entertainment industry that we don't even care about. Look, I'm just saying that like here they actually listen to the people, and like sometimes when you hear Irish people talking about the government, they're like, oh, the government is terrible, this. I'm like, what? Yeah, okay. And now to the fourth thing that I love about Ireland. Fifi, what do you have to say about the I love Irish slangs. Like I actually do love the Irish slangs. I don't know a lot and I don't use them in my vocabulary, but like when they use it, it sounds really nice. There are a lot of them that I don't even know what they mean, but like words like And there's some that you don't hear like in your everyday conversation with people, but like sometimes you hear them, especially with people that don't live in Dublin. Some like fiend and fake and and acting the maggots, plastered, and what other crack? Oh my god, crack! Like okay, now you see a lot of Irish people use crack, yeah, and crack is like a fun thing, or like a fun atmosphere. Like you see, I feel like you could use crack in like different ways. Like it could mean banter, but then you could also say what's the crack, like what's happening, or like what's up, or like what's going on, or what's the tea, you know, that sort of thing. So I feel like, yeah, Irish slangs are like so nice. And the very last bit before we go into the dislikes is that Irish people are very, very welcoming to foreigners. This is not really like the second point I made about them being, you know, willing to talk to you and listen to you, but like they are welcoming to foreigners. If a foreigner comes to this country, like you're not gonna feel very, very left out. Like you will feel welcome. You will, like, they're nice people, they're very welcoming people. Now I'm not saying, like, when I get to my dislikes, I find that this might contradict one of the things that I dislike about this country, but it's actually not. They are friendly, but then, you know, there are things that you will still see that might seem unwelcoming to a foreigner, but I'll get into that later on. So yeah, those are like the 5 things I like about living in Ireland. There are like some other things here and there, but like I just decided to keep it down to 5 just so this video is not too long. So now to the things that I do not like about Ireland. I actually do not have up to 5 things, to be honest. I have I think I have 2 right now that comes to mind, and the very, very first thing that I hate, I actually have to say I hate, like I can't just say I do not like it. The very first thing that I hate about this country is the weather. Oh my god, the weather in Ireland sucks. Like it is terrible. Like in Nigeria we only have 2 seasons. We have dry season and rainy seasons, and it is so predictable. It's either dry or it's rainy, and like we have Hamilton and like, you know, where it's all foggy and stuff, but that's it. Yeah, in Ireland, like you could literally wake up in the morning and it's so sunny, and like you go out in the afternoon, it starts raining, you go to bed, wake up the next morning and there's snow everywhere. Like it doesn't snow a lot, but like that's how unpredictable the weather is. But then the thing I hate the most about the weather in Ireland is the wind. So Ireland is like a small island, and like there's like winds coming from like all over, so it gets really windy here. Like sometimes I need to hold the reins like while walking, because like I feel like the wind is gonna blow me down. Like my cousin was literally standing at the bus stop one day, and like the wind almost pushed her like in front of a moving bus, and I'm like, yeah, that's how bad the wind is. Like that's how, did I say bad or bad? That's how bad the wind is in Ireland. And why do you think, okay, so what do you think could be the worst thing that could ever happen to a black girl when it's so windy outside? What do you think it is? Oh wait, okay, just in case you didn't get that right, yeah, I'll share an experience with you so you can know that I'm actually not over exaggerating this wind issue we have in this country. Yeah, one day I was coming back from college with my friend. We're walking, we hadn't even gotten to O'Connell Street. It was like we're like walking along the quays, yeah, and when we got to this stop, like the traffic light, we're waiting for the light to turn green, while she ran like in front to the other side. I was standing there for like some seconds, and next thing, this wind from nowhere just came and blew my wig off. God, like my wig literally left my head and fell on the ground. Like I was literally just praying for the ground to just open up and swallow me, because I didn't move. I was stuck to the floor. I was just like, and some people were like, well, we knew that wasn't your hair anyway, so why are you embarrassed? Well, it's the equivalent of your pants falling down in public. Like that's how I felt. Like I felt naked, because as long as the wig is on my head, then it is my hair, you know, as long as it is on this head. But anyway, my wig fell off and I couldn't move. I was just there I was numb. I felt like I was in shock. Like I felt like my blood pressure was dropping and I was having tachycardia, and I was like, what? And honestly, I literally just wanted to die. It was so embarrassing. And it was like a double carriageway, so there were like buses everywhere, buses, cars. Like it was like a very busy streets, like very busy road. And like I was just there, and the cars on this side were like waiting for the light to turn green, so it was like everyone saw it. I wanted to cry. It was so bad. Anyway, there was this nice guy who picked it up and gave it to me, and he's like, oh, here you go. Because I didn't pick it up. Like I literally just stood there. Like I couldn't move, like, but like he just gave it to me. Wherever you are, guy, you're the real MVP. Thank you so much for saving my ass today. Anyway, yeah, so that is why I really hate the wind and the Irish weather. I spent so much time talking about this Irish weather that I feel like that counts for like 5 dislikes already. But like I have one more dislike before I end the video, and that is a more serious topic, and that is the lack of diversity in Ireland. Now this might contradict the part that I said is welcoming to foreigners, but then even though the country is welcoming to foreigners here, in the fact that like you can come here, you can, I don't know, start a life, you can come here to study and get a job afterwards, there's still that lack of diversity and inclusion among minority communities. Like I feel like sometimes I walk down the streets and like most of the advertisements have like white people in it. And again, this is not just like common with Ireland alone, it's common with like anywhere where there's like white, predominantly white people. Like wherever there's like a lot, like wherever the population is predominantly white, then this is definitely still going to be an issue. So it's not just Ireland alone. But like, you know, there was a time like I went to UCD and like I was just looking at the, why am I saying like a lot, everyone on the student union was white. Every single person. I don't know if because black people decided not to go, or like if the criteria was that you had to be Caucasian. I don't know. I'm just like, there's so many. I feel like black people could be more, there could be more black people in these spaces, like in politics and whatever it is, but I just feel like there should be more black people. And I get that like a few decades ago there weren't a lot of black people in Ireland. Yeah, I get that. But then towards the end of like the 90s, like, and the beginning of like 2000s, there were a lot of black people, black women who came here and had kids, my mom included. And I feel like we've come a long way. Remember one time when I was walking on Henry Street, like just off O'Connell Street, and there was like this big poster on Debenhams, like on the Debenhams building, and it was a poster of a black girl and a white girl. I don't know if you guys like remember, that was maybe last year or so. And I just stood, like immediately I saw that poster, I just stood there and I was just staring. Like I was so impressed. I felt like it was some kind of representation for dark-skinned black women. It just felt like, you know, that I felt that inclusion, and I don't get a lot of that. We don't get a lot of that in Ireland. But again, I feel like it's a gradual process and we're getting there. Like there's some, I don't know, I feel like things are gonna get better. Things are not the way they used to be 10-20 years ago. There's some progress, and that is really good. So anyway, I'm done. Fifi's smiling here. I think she's really happy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know things that you love about living in Ireland. If you're a foreigner, and if you're Irish, then you can just like also name things that you love about your own country. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't, and I love you muchly. Bye. Oh.